acting awful tough lately, smoking a lot of cigarettes lately, but inside it's just a little baby. Oh, it's okay to say you got a weak spot. You don't always have to be on top. Better to be hated than love for what you're not. You're vulnerable, you're vulnerable. You are not a robot. You're lovable, so lovable, but you're just trouble. Guess what?
Nothing today at all, actually. It's dark outside. Can't really do much. Can't feel my kidneys. I could show you what I'm doing to make the video right now. I'm on a, it's not a Mac, don't worry. It's a laptop. Turn that back. A message on Facebook. Right now I'm finding quotes about birds. Since this is the first day of the documentary, I decided might as well read off some facts about birds. Bird. Okay. Birds are feathered, winged, bipedal, endothermic, warm-blooded, egg-laying vertebrate animals. It's a bird. Search Tess. Tess is a technology company that has seen a dramatic decline in its value. I don't know yet how I'm going to connect these two, but hey, it's got to be done. Let's look at the best picture test we can find. That's a dog. I've been I have a headache right now. That's one reason why I have a little panel right there so I can look at myself. That looks like I'm dramatically looking away from the camera, but I'm not. Turn this back around so I look normal. As you can see, it's dark outside already, and didn't get to record any birds today. I think tomorrow I'm gonna get some first-hand accounts on people's experiences. with birds. Factual. I think this video is going to show a lot of imagery. Oh. Didn't see you there. Okay, I decided, it's really late, don't want to really interview other people. So, I'll give, my first-hand account. Okay, so when I was a kid, still a kid. What are you, 16? Yeah. I was at was in my field by my house, and I saw these geese, which I guess you could consider them birds. And they didn't like me that much, so they flew away pretty much, and it was probably my first definitive moment with a bird. Now, in the background, I'm rendering the first part of the documentary, and probably can't hear it, but my computer's dying. Probably from too much beauty. Still have a headache. Actually feels a little better. So that's my first time experience with a bird. That sounds really weird. That's day 1 of the documentary. It's good. So I'm in my boxers, get over it. As you can tell, we have a large amount of condensation outside. And that's a reason why there's not really any part of the day 2 video. Because it rained. And like the great wise Aristotle always said, you're never gonna see no bird dancing in the rain. Birds don't dance in the rain. Still working on the video. But this is a video. So I guess it's really weird. Zero's like, oh, stop looking, you're gonna see what comes next. That's pretty much gonna be the end of day 2. Day 3, which is tomorrow, but you're gonna be watching this and it's gonna be like 2 minutes from now. That's gonna be some interviews and personal stories with people that I guess like might have good stories or not. I really don't know in general.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly.
Okay, can you start by facing that way?
What do you want me to be talking about?
Just say your name first.
Ready, set, go?
Yeah, I've been recording.
Oh. Hello, my name is Ethan Scott. I'd like to tell you a little bit about birds. The first time I met a bird, it was a wintry day. It started like this. I was at the national park observing tortoises, and then I saw the swallow in the pond, fluttering violently. It hurt my heart to look into that direction, because otherwise I'd get splashed with cold water in my eyes, and then it would freeze over and I wouldn't be able to see. So, I didn't look that way, but I knew that there was a bird over there. Ever since then, I've never viewed birds the same way.
Please allow me to be your auntie.
The first time I was ever really acquainted with the bird species was well, I was on my way to my brother-in-law's wedding. When was that? I want to say the summer of '04. Yes, summer of '04. On my way to my brother-in-law's wedding. Well, yeah, it was actually the reception. And I still remember that day as if it were yesterday. We were driving along, and well, I was driving, and I looked out the window to my left, and we were 10 to 15 minutes away. It was being held at, where was it being held at? I think it was at the Roof Ballroom, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we were about 15 minutes away, and I remember looking out the window and seeing this bird, right? And yeah.
When you're as flattened as a pancake, the only tears come from our heads when we concentrate. Perhaps I'm being unjust, or perhaps you agree.
I'll keep this to the point. Day 3 of the documentary is over. Having a bowl of cake and whipped cream. It's going quite well, actually. The documentary as a whole. Got some good interviews today. You know, I was thinking, we have bowls and we have cakes, but why don't we have cake bowls? No, you could apply this concept to a lot of different things, especially like connecting birds with tests. You know, we have technology companies like Tess, and we have birds, but why don't we have technological birds? I don't know. I'm still trying to connect the two, but it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So, I'm going to eat my cake.
Your advice, I wear a suitcase under each one of my eyes. Finally, I know now what it takes. It takes money.
Look to your stage left in a portrait type way and say your name.
Cooper
and then
Pell.
start your story.
Cooper Pell. First time I really got to know birds, the birddom of the United States of America. I was really young. I was in Iowa back when my grandparents were around, and you know, we were driving. It takes like 4 to 5 hours to get there. It's a bit of a hike, but you know, we got there, and my grandparents had recently gotten in a fight, and so I had to go right up to my room. And I was sitting there in the bed. I wasn't feeling too good, because, you know, I had just gotten out of a car ride, lasted a little while. And then coming to see my grandparents in such turmoil, it was just awful. But I got up into my room, and I heard something. And looked out my window, and there was a bird on the windowsill. And this bird, like all birds, it was singing, and I'll remember it to this day. It said, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine, and I couldn't take it. It resonated with me so deeply. The screen window that was in between me and the bird, it didn't matter anymore. And I pushed it out. I fell 2 stories, crashed to the ground, the bird flew off, and I never saw him again. My grandma came out, and she yelled at me. And that's the last I ever said to my grandma.
Okay, can you please look to the right and say your name?
Ari Corin.
Can you do it slower?
Ari.
No, more of like move your neck a little bit slower. Like
Ari.
no, the word's the same way. Just say Ari Corin, but don't whip your neck.
Ari Corin.
There we go.
So my story isn't the most elegant story. It's a simple story. I was driving to Chicago because I have family there. And when we got there, we didn't stay with them. We stayed in a small hotel. And we decided that we should walk around downtown. So I'm with my dad and my mom, and I'm just a little boy. I'm 7 or 9. And we're walking around, and in a small corner, I just feel this presence. And so I look down, and I see a dead bird. And this bird just looks so peaceful. It's just a dead bird. So of course I picked it up, and I put it in my pocket for later. Now, this bird was the first time where I ever really encountered wildlife in nature. And it it impacted my life in a way that nothing has ever impacted it. When we got back to the hotel, I took this bird out and I laid it on the table, and I just looked at it. And I wondered, what caused this bird to die? What happened to this bird? What kind of life did it live? Did it have a family? And if so, were they mourning for this bird? I didn't know any of this, so I just laid it down and I sat there for a while. And after a while, my mom comes in and she's looking at me, watching this dead bird. And she just asked me, Ari, why are you looking at this dead bird? And I told her to find out answers. And she asked me if I had found out any answers. And I told her no, but I was working on it.
If you could look to the right and say your name and then start your story.
Over there, kind of.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm Lizzie Gehring. Gertrude McFuzz was a bird.
We feel nothing, so jump into the fog and hope that we hit the ground upright. We feel nothing, so jump into the fog. I just hope it's your bones that shine, not mine. We feel nothing, so jump into the fog and hope that we hit the ground upright. We feel nothing, so jump into the fog.
I'm gonna make this short for two reasons. One, I'm really tired, and two, tomorrow's the last day of filming, and I'll have the conclusion recap of my experiences connecting tests and birds, kind of just in general. I didn't get to film any birds today again. I should probably do that. Yeah, it's been an experience, and I've grown as a person, and I think that's all that matters in the long run. Someone said that once. It's a quote. Okay. Please enjoy day 5.
Shut up and move with me, or get out of my face. I didn't queue for an hour to leave straight away. Shut up and stay with me, or let go of my hand. The lasers fill our minds with empty plans. I never knew I was a techno fan.
Hey Quentin, could you face to the right and say your name?
Quentin Hacker.
That's the my right.
You're right. Quentin Hacker. Okay, I'll look back. Okay. Hi. Okay. Birds. Oh, birds. Birds always remind me of my grandpa. My grandpa is he runs a bird farm. He adopts bird eggs out of the forest, and he hatches them. He puts them underneath him while he's sleeping. They normally hatch while he's sleeping, and 1 in 3 birds actually die at birth. But the 2 that do live out of the 3 often, live to be old and prosperous. And then he eats them. That's how he can sustain being a bird hatcher. So that's normally what I think about when I think of birds.
The last day. The last day of the documentary. It's gone pretty well, I'm guessing. I really never got to film any birds though, and I guess that's gonna haunt me. But I think I finally made the connection between tests and birds. See, like a company starting off small, just like a little bird starts off as a hatchling, it has to grow from somewhere, and it can't just spend all of its life as a baby. It has to eventually become something. Just like a technology company has to make its first product and then eventually grow into a larger business if it wants to succeed. And I feel like that's how you would connect a bird with Tess. Because just like birds soar, you want your company to soar and succeed. So without even seeing a bird, well, there's one. Without even seeing a bird, I learned so much in my experiences. Learned from other people's experiences, and really growing as a person in these 5 days. I never really thought that you could change your life like this. Nutrisystem helps, but that was just a quick fix. And I guess I'd just like to thank myself. Yeah.
We kiss with one eye on our TV set, and the more I give, the less I get. Leaving third ground rights just to spark a smile. There's little here to miss. Bring back 1996. Bring back 1996. So hard to beat those teenage kids. Bring back 1996. We were cloning sheep in the 1990s. We were building telescopes, and sugar filled the whole of my body as I urged it on to grow. I kissed her on the cheek, I kissed her on the cheek just to impress the older kids. But my self-belief wasn't lost in the modern glitch. 'Cause now it feels like we kiss with one eye on our TV set, and the more I give, the less I get. Needing third ground rights just to spark a